Every person alive is born with a gift and undeniable call that echoes from deep within, a call for freedom. We were all born to break barriers, to exceed the limits set by others, and to live lives that resonate with purpose and power. But here's the thing, freedom doesn't come by accident. It comes when we claim it with every fiber of our being. Freedom isn't just about being able to say and do whatever you want, it's about the power to choose, to define your path, to take full responsibility for your journey. It's the strength to say, I will not be held by the past, I will not be held by fear. That's the sound of freedom, the sound of a person who knows their worth, who understands their potential, and who refuses to let anything stand in the way of their destiny. But what stands in your way? What is holding you back from the life you know you are meant to live? It's the internal chains, the limiting beliefs, the fears, the stories you tell yourself about what you can and cannot do. The voice inside that whispers you're not enough or it's too late for you, that's not freedom. That's the sound of the prison you've built within your own mind. To break free, you have to confront that voice. You have to recognize that the biggest limitations in your life aren't external, they're internal. Once you understand that, you can step into your true power. And that power begins with choice. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the power to choose your actions. You have the power to change your reality. Every single day, you have an opportunity to choose freedom. You can choose to step away from the stories that bind you. You can choose to forgive the past and let go of any baggage that keeps you from stepping into your highest self. You can choose to take action even when it feels uncomfortable, because you know that discomfort is part of the growth process. There's a sound in the world, a sound that echoes through every victory, every breakthrough, every moment of courage. It's the sound of freedom. When you choose to take action, when you choose to push past your fears and limitations, that sound rises within you. It's the roar of your own power, the symphony of your own soul coming alive. Freedom is not free, it demands your effort, your commitment, and your courage. It's the willingness to sacrifice the small comforts for something greater. The road to freedom is filled with obstacles, but it's in facing those obstacles that you find your true strength. You may have to give up old habits, relationships, or comfort zones, but every step you take toward your freedom is a step toward the life you were meant to live. Freedom is a choice that you make every day. It's not a destination, it's a journey that requires you to rise above, to become more than what you once believed you were. It's in the moments of adversity when you feel like quitting that freedom truly shows up, because freedom is forged in the fire of challenge. It is earned through perseverance, through commitment to a vision, and through the courage to stand up for what you believe in. The sound of freedom is waiting for you. It's not some distant dream, it's not some abstract idea, it's real, it's here, and it's yours for the taking. You have everything you need inside of you to break free. You have the strength, the power, and the courage to make it happen. All it takes is the decision to step into your truth and unleash the sound of freedom within you. Freedom is often misunderstood as merely the absence of constraints or external controls. However, true freedom begins on the inside, in the way we perceive the world and our place in it. It's not just about being able to do whatever we want, it's about the ability to think for ourselves, make our own choices, and act in alignment with our values and desires. The essence of freedom lies in the liberation of our minds and hearts from the invisible chains that hold us back: fear, doubt, insecurity, and the limitations imposed by others or even ourselves. At its core, freedom is the ability to define your own life. It's a mindset, a state of being, where you realize that your choices shape your reality. It's the courage to break free from the expectations of society, family, or peers and carve out your own path, regardless of the challenges you might face. This deeper understanding of freedom doesn't just allow us to live a life of choice, it empowers us to create meaning, embrace personal growth, and pursue our highest potential. True freedom is also about responsibility. It's recognizing that with freedom comes the power to make decisions that impact not only your own life, but the lives of others. It's the realization that freedom isn't the absence of rules or structure, but the presence of responsibility and accountability in making choices that are in harmony with your values and the well-being of those around you. The inner power that resides within each of us is the most potent force we possess. It's the source of our ability to overcome challenges, transform our lives, and achieve greatness. This power is not something external, nor is it dependent on circumstances or outside validation. It is an intrinsic energy that is always available to us, though we may not always recognize or tap into it. The key to unlocking this power is realizing that it exists within, waiting to be activated by our own awareness and intention. This inner power manifests as resilience, determination, and the unwavering belief that we can shape our own destiny. It allows us to face adversity with strength and to rise from failure with renewed vigor. The more we connect with this internal force, the more we see opportunities instead of obstacles. It's the quiet voice inside that reminds us of our potential, even in the face of uncertainty or doubt. When we trust and listen to this voice, we begin to align our actions with our deepest desires and highest aspirations. Our inner power is rooted in self-awareness. The more we understand ourselves, the motivations, fears, and dreams that drive us, the more we can harness this power for transformation. It's not about waiting for external circumstances to change, but about realizing that we already have the capacity to make bold decisions, take decisive actions, and create the life we truly desire. Our inner power is the catalyst for lasting change. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions that can hold us back from living fully. It can paralyze us, make us doubt our abilities, and prevent us from taking the necessary steps to achieve our dreams. Yet, fear is a natural part of the human experience, and it's something that everyone must confront at some point. The key to overcoming fear is not to eliminate it, but to acknowledge it and take action despite it. Fear often arises from the unknown or from a perceived threat, but in reality, it's often rooted in our own minds, our doubts, insecurities, and limiting beliefs. When we face fear head-on, we begin to understand that it doesn't have the power to control us unless we allow it. The more we push past fear, the more we realize it's often just an illusion, a false narrative that we've created. Fear thrives in our hesitation and our avoidance. But when we take action, no matter how small, we begin to break its hold on us. Every time we confront fear, we expand our comfort zone and reinforce our ability to navigate the challenges of life. Overcoming fear requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing fear as something to be avoided, we can reframe it as a sign that we're pushing beyond our limits and stepping into new territory. It's a signal that growth is happening. By embracing fear and moving through it, we unlock our true potential and gain the confidence to tackle even bigger challenges ahead. Taking responsibility is a powerful act of self-empowerment. It means owning not just your actions, but also your choices, your emotions, and the outcomes of your life. When we take responsibility, we acknowledge that we have the ability to influence our circumstances rather than blaming others or external factors for what happens to us. This shift in mindset is critical because it transforms us from being passive victims of our situations into active creators of our own reality. By embracing responsibility, we take full ownership of our lives and stop waiting for someone else to change things for us. It means understanding that the quality of our life is largely determined by the choices we make every day, what we think, how we act, and what we believe about ourselves. Instead of waiting for external conditions to be just right, we take proactive steps, knowing that we can shape the outcomes we desire. Responsibility also means learning from our mistakes. When we stop blaming others, we open ourselves to growth. We recognize that every failure or setback is a lesson, and we can use those lessons to adjust our path and improve our future decisions. Taking responsibility isn't about perfection, it's about accountability, self-awareness, and the willingness to learn, grow, and evolve. It is a commitment to take control of our lives, to act with intention, and to embrace the challenges that come our way with the understanding that we hold the power to overcome them. Choice is one of the most powerful tools we have as human beings. It is the defining force that shapes our lives, determining our direction and our future. Every moment of every day we are faced with choices, big and small, that ultimately impact who we become and the life we create. The importance of choice lies in the fact that it allows us to take ownership of our lives. We are not at the mercy of fate or circumstance. We hold the power to decide how we respond to what happens to us. When we recognize the power of choice, we understand that no matter what external challenges or obstacles we face, we can choose how to react. We can choose to approach life with resilience, optimism, and an open mind. We can choose to learn from every experience, to grow, and to move forward with a sense of purpose. The ability to make conscious, empowered choices puts us in the driver's seat of our own destiny, giving us the freedom to align our actions with our values and goals. Choice offers us the opportunity to take responsibility for our lives. By recognizing that we always have a choice, we stop blaming external factors and begin to take charge of our decisions. Even when we face difficult or uncertain situations, we still have the ability to choose how we move through them, what lessons we take from them, and how we grow from the experience. This understanding of choice empowers us to live more intentional, purposeful lives. The chains of the past can weigh heavily on us, holding us back from living fully in the present and pursuing the future we desire. These chains often come in the form of past mistakes, trauma, regrets, or the stories we've been told about who we are or what we're capable of. While the past has shaped who we are today, it does not have to dictate who we become tomorrow. Breaking free from these chains is not about erasing the past, but about shifting our relationship with it. The first step in breaking the chains of the past is recognizing that we are not defined by our past experiences. We may have made mistakes or endured hardship, but those moments do not have to control our present actions or our future potential. The past may be a chapter in our story, but it is not the entire book. When we let go of the belief that we are limited by what we've been through, we create space for new possibilities. Forgiveness is often key to releasing the grip of the past. Whether it's forgiving others or forgiving ourselves, letting go of resentment and guilt allows us to break free from the emotional baggage that holds us back. As we learn to forgive, we free ourselves from the emotional weight that anchors us in past pain, allowing us to step into a future unburdened by old wounds. Breaking these chains requires courage and self-compassion. It means choosing to rewrite our story, focusing on the lessons learned rather than the pain experienced, and taking steps forward with a renewed sense of freedom and possibility. The power of belief is one of the most transformative forces in our lives. Our beliefs shape how we see the world, how we perceive ourselves, and how we respond to the challenges we encounter. What we believe to be true about ourselves directly influences our actions, decisions, and the way we approach opportunities. Belief is not just a passive thought, it's an active, driving force that governs our mindset, behavior, and potential. When we believe in ourselves and our abilities, we unlock a world of possibilities. Positive beliefs empower us to take risks, face difficulties, and pursue our goals with confidence. Conversely, limiting beliefs can keep us stuck, preventing us from even attempting to reach for our dreams. The stories we tell ourselves about what is possible or what we deserve directly affect the choices we make and the outcomes we achieve. If we believe we are capable of success, we act accordingly, taking proactive steps toward our aspirations. On the other hand, if we doubt ourselves, we often avoid opportunities and remain paralyzed by fear. Belief also influences how we respond to failure. When we believe that setbacks are just part of the process, we approach them with resilience and determination. A belief in our ability to overcome obstacles fuels our perseverance and helps us stay focused on the bigger picture. Ultimately, the power of belief is a gateway to success because it drives us to take action, persist through challenges, and shape the reality we envision. Our beliefs are the foundation upon which we build our dreams and our future. The sound of freedom is not just an external noise, it's a profound internal resonance that reverberates through every action and decision we make. It is the sound of liberation, the moment we break free from the constraints that once held us back. It's the roar of courage, the unwavering belief that we can live life on our terms. This sound is powerful not because of the volume, but because of the clarity it brings. It's the sound of our true selves emerging from the shadows of doubt and fear. When we experience the sound of freedom, we recognize it as the chorus of possibilities opening up before us. It is the quiet confidence of knowing that we are in control of our lives, that we have the strength to create change, and the courage to take bold steps toward our dreams. This sound can manifest in moments of personal triumph when we achieve something we once thought impossible, or in everyday decisions, like choosing to let go of past hurts or speaking our truth despite the fear of judgment. The sound of freedom is also the freedom to embrace change, to evolve, and to reinvent ourselves without being weighed down by expectations or limitations. It is the deep satisfaction of living authentically, unchained from the opinions and judgments of others. Whether it's the rush of adrenaline from overcoming a challenge or the peace found in knowing you are true to yourself, the sound of freedom is the unmistakable signal that we are living fully, without hesitation, and with purpose. Sacrifice and hard work are the foundation upon which greatness is built. No significant achievement comes without effort, and no dream is realized without giving up something along the way. Sacrifice isn't about suffering or deprivation, it's about making choices that prioritize long-term goals over short-term comfort. It means saying no to distractions, to instant gratification, and sometimes to things that, while enjoyable, are not aligned with your greater purpose. Hard work, in turn, is the action behind the sacrifice. It's the consistent effort, the dedication, and the resilience to keep moving forward, even when the path gets tough or the results seem distant. When we commit to hard work and sacrifice, we demonstrate our belief in the future we are building. It's in those moments when we push ourselves beyond our limits, whether it's working late nights, taking on additional responsibilities, or pushing through setbacks, that we prove our dedication to our goals. Success doesn't come overnight, and the journey often involves periods of struggle and uncertainty. But it's in those difficult times that our growth happens. Each challenge faced and each obstacle overcome adds another layer to our strength and capacity for achievement. Sacrifice and hard work are also acts of self-discipline. They require us to make choices with purpose and clarity, knowing that the rewards we seek won't come without sustained effort. These qualities teach us patience, resilience, and the importance of persistence. When we embrace both sacrifice and hard work, we step closer to creating the life we desire, building it one effort at a time. Living life fully is about embracing every moment with intention, purpose, and an open heart. It's not simply about existing or going through the motions, it's about truly experiencing life in all its dimensions, with all its joys and challenges. To live fully means to be present, to actively engage with the world around you, and to pursue what sets your soul on fire. It's about taking risks, stepping outside your comfort zone, and embracing the unknown with the belief that every experience has something valuable to offer. Living life fully also involves accepting both the highs and lows of the human experience. It's understanding that failure, loss, and setbacks are a natural part of growth and are just as valuable as success and triumph. When we live fully, we learn to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. We stop waiting for the right time to act and instead make the most of the opportunities in front of us. It's about saying yes to life, seizing moments as they come, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable enough to connect with others on a deeper level. At its core, living life fully means being authentic, living in alignment with who you truly are and not according to what others expect or what society dictates. It's having the courage to pursue your passions, follow your dreams, and not hold back because of fear or doubt. To live fully is to embrace all that life has to offer, knowing that every experience, whether good or bad, is part of a larger, beautiful story. The sound of freedom is calling to you, and the time to answer is now. You have within you the power to break free from the limitations of the past, to overcome the fears that hold you back, and to make choices that align with the life you deserve. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment is already here, inside of you. The strength to live fully, to embrace sacrifice and hard work, and to unlock your true potential is already within your reach. The road may not always be easy, but remember, the most powerful force in the world is the belief in yourself. The sound of freedom is the sound of your soul's calling. Will you answer? Will you choose to step into your greatness? The future is waiting, and it's yours for the taking. Now is the time to rise.